The public's thirst for vampires seems as endless as a vampire's thirst for blood. Modern writers of vampire fiction, including Stephanie Meyer, Anne Rice, and Stephen King, have a rich vein of vampire knowledge to draw from. But where did the vampires come from? Stories of vampires originated in the Far East before it actually travelled across ancient Rome and, of course, Transylvania. The most famous vampire is, of course, Bram Stoker's Dracula, though those looking for a historically real Dracula often mentions Romanian prince Vlad Tepes, after whom Stoker is said to have modelled some aspects of his character, Dracula. The characterisation of Tepes as a vampire, however, is a distinctly Western one. In Romania, he is viewed as not a blood drinker, sadist, but a national hero. He is also known as Vlad Dracula's son of the dragon. A name for that comes from his father's membership of the Order of the Dragon, knights who upheld Christianity and defended the empire from the Ottoman Turks. The vampire genre has been awakened in recent years from classic horror films like Dracula to teenage romance tales such as Twilight and The Vampire Diaries. Modern representations of the vampire has fascinated and attracted young audiences with compelling narratives that negotiate the issues of troubled teenagers. The reworking and rewriting of the vampire texts have breathed in a new life to the once famous vampires. Our society is fixated on the vampires, lost creatures of the night. But why are people attracted to vampires, and what is so attractive about them? To find out what's so attractive about them, I've scouted people from all over the country, just to find out what do they think's attractive about them. Let's go and interview them. Given the current vampire craze, people feel especially attracted to vampires. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because of the Twilight movies that have been coming out. People liked them, so they got more involved with this sort of thing.
So what exactly do you think the whole attractive side of a vampire actually is?
I don't see any attractive side.
No, but what do you think other people think? Do you think it's the whole Twilight sparkliness, or the ability to drink blood?
Twilight, probably.
And sparkliness?
Yeah.
So, what do you say to the actively growing vampire subculture?
Well, I think they should try to do other things than just focus on one thing. I mean, there are other things out there they could try.
What would you suggest?
I don't know, take up a sport, drawing, poetry or something.
So instead of being obsessed with the vampire culture, they should just get a better hobby.
Yeah.
So what do you think about these cults that are being created where they drink each other's blood from the wrist in order to, I don't know, support vampirism?
That sounds sick, and really it shouldn't be performed. I mean, people could get deadly diseases from that.
So do you think that people are entitled to sort of progress themselves or their beliefs, or do you think that it's just completely wrong?
There's a difference between beliefs and being a nut. Well, I mean, seriously, why would you want to drink the blood of another person?
Good point. There are sites which are dedicated to blood drinking people. I mean, I know that we've just talked about this, but what do you think about these sites? Do you think that they should be allowed on the internet, promoting people to drink each other's blood?
Nah, just such a bad influence to the wrong kind of people.
So do you think these sites could potentially attract more people to drink each other's blood?
Well, it depends on the person we're looking at.
Do you think it's crazy for some teenagers to believe that if they get bitten by a bat, they will turn into a vampire?
Yeah, that is. It's based on an old mythology legend. Vampirism came from the came from the old Roman name Vampirus, and also the Mexican illusion of the chupacabra, which was an ancient monster feasted on the blood of goats. And over time, people just took those legends. It's like Chinese whispers, that it becomes more disfigured the more you take a look at it.
And what's your opinion on not only drinking your friend's human blood, but people that are sacrificing animals, livestock, and feeding off the blood of the animals?
Well, in a way, actually, altogether, that's disgusting. I mean, you could be eating the animal, but instead you've wasted it. And to mention, you could catch terrible diseases from that, like HIV and several serious venereal diseases.
And last question, really, Do you think that the whole vampirism acting is just a ploy to get around satanic acts?
Sounds that way, yeah.
So you think that all this pretending to drink each other's blood or actually drinking each other's blood is actually people's ways of working towards Satan?
In a way, yeah.
Vampires have been part of human culture and urban myths in different forms for ages, and the Bloodsuckers shows no signs of going away anytime soon, unless of course the zombie apocalypse wipes them out. Modern writers of vampire fiction, such as Stephenie Meyer, Anne Rice,
Microphone behind a box of the microphone.
yeah. So it looks.
Ready?
Yeah, I look like one of those designs for an old nuclear satellite.
Interviewing you. What is that? Are you recording her?